In July of 1998, after months of research, a series of expeditions is organized to dive the USS New York. The USS New York lies on its port side in 100 feet of water. Its starboard side, being upmost, lies 60 feet beneath the waves of Subic Bay. The dives the team would be making on the New York are termed technical dives. Often penetrating up to 300 feet into the ship, the divers would have to spend, on average, 1 minute decompressing in shallow, staged stops. Computer-generated tables and oxygen-rich gas mixtures would be used for this decompression, requiring precise planning before each dive. Due to the dangers inherent in this type of diving, each diver would carry a fully redundant set of equipment. Everything he would need to safely exit the wreck in case of an emergency or equipment failure would be carried with him. Prior to each dive, the team would check each piece of equipment and analyze their gas mixtures. On the first expedition, the divers set out to acclimatize themselves to the wreck and to ensure all equipment is functioning correctly. On every dive, the team descends to 6 meters depth, where they ritually perform the safety drill. Every piece of equipment, every tank of gas is checked in the water to ensure it's functioning perfectly. Only when the divers are 100% satisfied with the equipment will they continue the descent to the wreck. The divers find the wreck relatively intact, despite its 50 years immersion. An artificial reef has been formed, with the marine life of the bay taking advantage of the shelter and foundation. Satisfied with the conditions and with their equipment, the divers decide to enter the wreck. Initial entry will be via grills in the top deck, under the stern gun turret. 3 decks beneath the grills, the divers find storerooms and machinery. A ghostly mist, formed of suspended silt particles, reminds the team of the divers that have died on this wreck in the past. The team continues with an exploration of both the gun and mess decks. The gun deck is characterized by easy access through frequent gun slits. The mess deck, by comparison, is much harder to gain access to, as the portholes are too small to penetrate through. However, on the starboard side at the stern of the ship, the divers discover a square hatchway through which they can enter the mess deck and travel the entire length of the ship. Penetrating the mess deck, travelling towards the bow of the ship, the divers lay over 250 feet of line. Squeezing through a restriction, they see lights in the distance, as they are reunited with pleasure divers at the bow. One of the divers makes a discovery: a coal chute in the ceiling of the engine deck, frustratingly too small to squeeze through. Allowable time in the wreck is up all too soon. The divers must return to the surface to reunite with the support divers and perform the required decompression.